Hello everybody, the old captain here, and we have a video request from quite some time ago, and I feel absolutely horrible. This video request is like a month old, and this is the problem, guys. Please, if you can send video requests, you have consulting requests, go to assholeconsulting.com. Do not go to my Captain Capitalism account, and then also make it so if you're going to make the deposit, I know that you paid. Make it so you use the same email address that you sent me the request from. I cannot correlate these things. So we have an old request that a guy paid for, and I have just completely fumbled the ball on this one. Aaron, I'd love to hear your opinion about young girls who seem to not give a shit about their future, especially 20-something millennials who cover themselves in masculine tattoos. I see these girls in the clubs, gym, etc. covered up like bikers. They don't seem to put any thought into the future. I'm curious what you think. Thanks, bro. We'll just say John in Tennessee. So you're asking two different questions, because there's the tattoos, but then there's all this other stuff that is in part driving the tattoo fad among women. And then there is other general reasons why millennial girls just don't, 20-something girls just don't think about the future. Now let's be clear though, millennial boys don't think about the future either. I think to a lesser percentage and a lesser extent, but since you're asking about girls, I'll focus on that, but it ain't like it's just the millennial girls who are like, I'm gonna go make puppies and flowers, and then the guys are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna become a nuclear engineer. You've seen, what is his name? Emo kid, coffee boy, pajama boy. Well, you've seen them. You see these weak, pathetic, emasculated, no testosterone kids. So, but we're going to focus on the women here. Now, the tattoos. If it is a small, discreet tattoo, that's one thing. I can understand that, but again, small and discreet. But I think what you're talking about in these gals, and it's not just they always say putting a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. I've seen girls like this gorgeous girl, just gorgeous. I thought she was wearing a high sweater. It was a tattoo all the way around her neck. It just ruined it. That's like plastering a Ferrari with a bunch of leftist, socialist bumper stickers. So these women are definitely ruining their bodies. I don't care what these women say. I don't care about their opinion. It's just what's happening. They're ruining their beauty, and we'll address that a little bit later. So I think that's what you're talking about. Maybe not to the extent that they got a spider web tattooed here, but you definitely it's visible. And so there's a couple reasons for it. And I had to sit and think this one through, so I apologize for the outlining nature of this. But the first one is laziness. Every human, particularly men though, but every human needs some kind of point of purpose or agency in life. And you got one of two choices. You got the right way and the wrong way. The right way is you go and do something with your life. You work hard, there are accomplishments, you do things that you can point to. And I'm not saying you have to cure cancer, I'm not saying you have to build a billion-dollar empire, but it could be something as simple as, I was a good motorcycle mechanic. It could be, I was a good father, I was a good mother, I raised a good family. All right, these are the things that have typically given humans agency and purpose in the past. That's the right way. Something to point to, something of value that you've done. However, as we've got more and more socialists and people have got more and more lazy and spoiled, laziness and sloth have taken over. And now, instead of working hard and doing something that actually takes effort and is of achievement and accomplishment, we simply start to believe in things, or take our traits and use traits, things we were born with, things we believe in, as a substitute for actual hard work and accomplishment. And so this is why you have a lot of social justice warriors, you have the crusaders, people who go and hide, but I'm going green, I'm a vegan. It's like, fuck you dipshit high school. You just did it because you're lazy and you're too damn lazy to go to the gym. And it could be the same. I'm pro-life, I'm Republican, and they're not pro-life or Republican because they're pro-life or Republicans because they want to belong to a team. Born-again Christians, they don't really believe in that. So it's a label. Now, one of the other things that's, quote, a label or something you could do is you take emotion in your tattoos, like, oh, look at, and this is where your stereotypical dumbass freaking bullshit tattoos come in, like the fucking chi sign or the namaste sign, whatever. It's some fucking foreign Mid-East Indian Hindu, not even Islamist, it has nothing to do with the Indians or the Hindus or yoga. It's just like, it's always a touchy, or some kind of Chinese, Japanese saying, or some quote from the Bible, some bullshit, and all it is like, look how intelligent I'm feeling so intelligent, this defines me, and all that. They're filling a void in their life because they're too damn lazy to go do anything of real work. And it's just easier to get a tattoo that says, this or that, and that's why it's all sappy, dopey, fucking emotional shit. Now, I understand, like, a guy that gets a tattoo mom, or your best friend's badge number, or, someone has died. Okay, I understand that. But I'm talking, like, what you're talking about, like the shit where it's like, what the fuck is that? Well, it just shows the life travels I've been. I was like, you're 20 fucking years old and you just moved out of your house, your parents' house 3 months ago. How the fuck do you have any life travels or insight? So that's what it is. It is a substitute for actual accomplishment and work, and it tricks their brain. They trick themselves into thinking that they're deep or they're intelligent or they're philosophical and they have meaning, point, and purpose in life. So that's the one thing. Another thing, mental illness. Closely related to that, because that's not exactly a mentally healthy thing to do, is a mental illness. And I'm not talking people who are addicted to tattoos. I'm talking people who use that as a substitute for, again, genuine accomplishment. And it's like, well, I have to do this and I have to do that. They view it as a status. They do it because it's a way to conform, and we'll get into that later. But I think a lot of women that have a lot of tattoos are just mentally ill. And hey, go file your complaints. Watch me give 0 fucks down below. I don't care. I don't care. That's what me and millions of other people, and women too, look and we see, well, you got a bunch of tattoos. Well, maybe you're not all mentally there. So that's another possible explanation. A third one, and this is definitely true, especially nowadays, conformity. Women are conformists. Not all women are like that. Yes, I know. I got it. Not all women are like that. But what you're looking at is a conformity trend. I mean, there's multiple pictures. Just search women conformance or female conformance, and there's a ton of pictures. Like, there's one picture I remember where all these girls, they're at like a football game or something, and all the girls are wearing the exact same brown leather boots. All right? You look at the fashion, they always trend. It's a herd mentality. It's wired into their brains over 2 million years of evolution for survivalist purposes, and making nice on the wigwam campus or whatever else. Women are conformists. Okay, this is why everyone wants to get Jimmy Choo or Prada shoes. This is why they always want to have a Coach bag. And you look at this fucking bag. What the fuck? So what if it says Coach? Do you want to carry your shit? No. What do you? So that's I mean, the fact brand names and fashion, women should tell you everything. Is this the trend? The maxi dress. Oh, fuck me. I got so sick and tired of looking at them last year. It's like even I noticed the trend. And I'm a spectacularly ignorant man when it comes to women's fashion. But you couldn't help but notice, like, maxi dresses. They're enough fucking shit, you think? All right, so it's all conformist, and the tattoos are just the latest thing. And I remember, look, we had grunge when I was growing up, and every girl was a conformist. Like, they were going to wear their nylons, they're going to wear emo makeup, and all that, and that went on. But yeah, and even then, maybe they had a tattoo or two. Tattoos are crazy now. I mean, it's like, where was it? Some 20-something I ran into. It's like, fuck, you got a tattoo? Like really? You're not independent. They think the tattoo is unique, that makes them independent. No, the fact they got a tattoo means they're conformists. It's just like hipsters. They think they're not conformists, but they are. They're conformist in their non-conformity, or their desperation to be least conformist as possible, the irony. So yes, definitely that's why you're seeing the tattoos. And that's just rank narcissism. Like, I'm special because I got a tattoo. Look at me. So those are the reasons you see the tattoo. I'm sure there are others, but those are just the ones that came to my mind. Now, as to why younger girls don't really think about their future. Again, this is not just girls, it's guys too, because society lies to both men and women. But again, we'll focus on the women. But there is a huge incentive by the two most powerful forces in this country and Western civilization to lie to young people. All right, you have government and you have corporations. Government wants to lie to young people so they keep voting in more government. Corporations lie to young people so they keep pissing away their money and they go into debt so they can buy crap they don't need. You see it everywhere. You need the LeBron James sneakers. You need the latest iPhone. And then, oh, you can major in whatever you want. Just attend these public schools and universities, and we're going to make you take all these prereqs because you're an idiot. You're not well-rounded. So this is not just women, but it's boys and girls. But we're going to, again, focus on the women. So the first one, right? Society does not train anyone, but women especially, to think about their futures. All right, and again, the two main ones are corporations and the government. The corporations want women to spend their money. They don't want women thinking about the future. They want them to be loose with their purse strings. They want women to spend, and when they're done spending, they want them to go borrow money and go spend some more. So there is that. The government desperately wants women not to think about their future because the government needs that. And this is not conspiracy. I mean, seriously, guys, I'm not an Alex Jones type InfoWar type guy, but I'm being deadly serious about it. They want desperate people. Look at what they've done to the black community. Look at what they've done to minorities. And they're doing it to women. Right? They want these people, as many people as dependent upon the government, because that keeps these people employed. Employed how? Well, primarily your leftist, socialist, Democrat type government employees. Your social workers, your teachers, your professors. People that don't really do a damn lick of good for society, except for try their best to compensate and make up for the mistakes that other people have done. So the government desperately does not want women going into engineering, IT, accounting. They want them going following the heart, and the money will follow poppycock and bullshit. And God almighty, you don't need men. You don't need men. You got a government check. Single moms are heroic. Like, you don't need men. And so when these girls, they grow up, I mean, you know what? Again, okay, I'm not conspiratorial. I'm not. I got the proof right there. Look at the life of Julia. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It is vital you see. This was a girl, a fictional girl named Julia, that Barack Obama and the White House themselves came up with in the life of Julia. And it's this girl who's just taken care of her entire life by the government. All right, don't think this is not conspiracy. This is real. That is a lifelong Democrat voter that keeps voting in more and more power for the state. And that's what it is. So they don't tell women, hey, you really ought to look at starting salaries. You ought to really look at labor force statistics. You really ought to look at the unemployment rates of different college majors. They don't tell them that. Oh, they might give some token lip service to STEM, but by and large, it's like you do what you want and the money will follow. And if anyone dare tells you something that you don't like, they're sexist. That's bigoted. That's stare rape, not stare rape. What do they call it? Bullying. It's bullying and harassment and all that other. The truth is harassment and an assault on your character. So that is one reason why women aren't, and boys as well, but young ladies are not trained to think about it because they're almost purposely prevented from thinking about it. They're never told the reality. All right. They're also lied to, in part because one of the political financial incentives of companies and governments, but then also parents are just shitty and lazy. They don't want to rear their kids up right. They don't want to do the hard parenting, telling their kids no. And you also have to realize that society, the number one commodity in society is sex, and the people that control that market are young women in their 20s. So society bends over backwards. And don't tell me, again, conspiratorial, really, who did we have on for the Super Bowl? Was it Eartha Kitt? Was it Tina Turner? No, it was, shit. Katy Perry. Cute little 20 with sharks. What the fuck? So society really, not all of it, but the plurality of it is geared around beauty, looks, particularly women. And so these girls grow up in a bubble, and they're told a ton of lies just because we want to make them happy. Again, follow your heart and money will follow. You deserve, you are entitled, you go girl, you can have it all. The biggest lie ever told to women ever that have made millions, almost two full generations now of women ruin their lives thinking that they could be everything to everyone instead of just being a really good accountant or a really good mother or a really good wife. No, you got to be everything to everyone, which means you suck at everything. So that they want to capitalize in the way you can. Bill Burr had it best. He says, all these women think that being a mother is the world's toughest job. They're surrounded by this tornado of information. And they go, I have the most difficult job on the planet. And the reason no one sets them straight is because we all want to fuck them. And it's true. Look it up. It's a brilliant thing. It's Oprah. Bill Burr, Oprah. Look it up. on YouTube, because it's true. The funniest shit is true, because no one's got the balls to point it out. So there's this bubble, and what they're led to believe is that in order for you to succeed in your future, you have to work. So we tell them all the benefits. It's a big bubble, a big female, 20-something hottie female bubble. We never tell them what's required to actually be successful in the future. So there is no planning. There is no, well, what's a 401k? What's an IRA? No, they just think it's going to go on forever. And that leads me to the final reason that girls in their 20s do not seem so forward-looking about the future. And that is, they think their looks are going to last forever. And then I take that back. They're not even aware of their looks. That's what it really boils down to. They think this inflated bubble that has existed ever since they hit puberty, basically, and all this attention comes to them, both for men and women. I'm not talking lesbian. I'm talking more like, you're so pretty, oh, you're so pretty, and all that. They just think this is like normal. They think, oh, this is normal. This is what's going to happen. It's going to go on forever. They don't realize that, again, the number one commodity in the world is a woman's beauty. I know that sounds horrible, and there's more. I know there's more to women than looks. I've dated enough hotties to know that. Trust me, I know. I'm just saying, the rest of the world operates that way. That's the real world. So they get their beauty, the bubble forms, and they still think and operate here when by about 35, 34, 36, 37, it starts to go down. And I've seen women in their 50s who are still delusional. They still think like, well, why isn't he? And again, MILF, Cougar, Puma phenomenon. You got that. What was it? Sex in the City. Oh, Cougar Town. All this stuff. 50's the new 40, whatever. All of it is thrown at these girls. So you can see that industries desperately try to cling on to that and suck out even more money from these poor women. But getting back to your original question, they think everything's coming easy to them. They're not going to have to work. They have guys buying them shit. They have guys paying for dinners, paying for rent. I mean, I got some consultants on Asshole Consulting that, honest to God, these dipshits. One guy was paying, he co-signed a car. I've had multiple clients who are like, well, I co-signed the loan for this girl, and one guy signed away on the mortgage. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, they want to pay for the beauty. That's what it is. And so these women they don't have to until they lose their looks. And then you start, that's the other side that all of a sudden Hollywood never focuses on anymore. And don't worry, Katy Perry's going to go one way. She'll age. Don't worry, that'll happen. She'll go the way of Madonna. And then it'll be somebody new. In my day, perfect example, Winona Ryder. Oh, was she the shit? Oh, God, Winona Ryder. They jammed that ugly broad down our throats. Look, oh, she's cool. She's hip with the kids. Have you heard of fucking Winona Ryder now? Of course you haven't, because she got old. Well, she also was a kleptomaniac. But contrast that with Sean Connery. Woo! Sean Connery's shelf life. I still got girls who don't know he's on the verge of death over in some fucking, I think he's in Jamaica or some kind of Caribbean island. They're like, oh, Sean Connery, Well, yeah, it's a guy. Men stay. They do a little bit better. George Clooney, what is he, in his 50s? Name me one gal in her 50s that's like George Clooney. So that's why they're not trained, especially at the age of 20, to start thinking about financial planning, start thinking about their career, their future. No one's led them. No one's told them the truth. And this is why I love it. It's just such juicy irony. I'm one of these. Here, I'll show you. What I love is either on my channel or my YouTubes or whatever, I'll put up one of my favorite videos I've done is why your dreams are stupid, and I'm telling girls the truth. I come up and tell the women the truth, what they need to know, what they need to hear. Like, hey, you gotta do. And I'm sexist, I'm bigoted, I'm a misogynist, and all that other stuff. This book right here, I don't know how you could get pissed off about this book. This book is The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. This is a book of truth. But it's not the pretty lies that girls have been told. And so you get these late teens, early 20s, mid 30-year-old, 40-year-old women that are so trained, so brainwashed to think that anybody who disagrees with them is a jerk and is a meanie and they're assholes and they're Republicans and whatever. I'm trying to help. We're trying to help. We're the only ones trying to tell you the truth. So it shows you just how far that brainwashing and indoctrination goes to get as much money and resources out of these girls that they're even impervious to someone who's trying to help them, just because it's truth and they disagree with it and they don't like it and their feelings are hurt. So yeah, but anyway, that's it. That's why you have tattoos. But it's a larger part of a general. I guess it's been going on forever in life, but it's not until capitalism, free markets, this amazing amount of economic growth and wealth have we had that the sheer amount of spoiling and resources that have gone into the 20-something hotties that has created a bubble that I guess would probably put the housing bubble and the education bubble to shame. So yeah, look for those girls that are like, look for the accountant's man, look for the hot IT chick. I know they're rare. I know they're worth the wait. You know, go for the B girl. You know, the B girl who kind of doesn't look that, but then all of a sudden she gussies up. You're like, whoa, where'd you come from? Those are the type of girls you got to look for. You got to find the girls that support themselves. You got to find the STEM girls. Or you know, the ladies that, I don't mind being a stay-at-home wife. I don't mind taking care of the kids. Or I don't find it degrading. Or like, you know, if you really you find the doctor and then you get to stay home. I'll be the stay-at-home dad. Yeah, you go work. You go commute. No, close that wage gap. Get out of here. You fight the patriarchy. You go work and commute, woman. I will stay here and suffer and watch Venture Brothers with my sons and daughters. I'd make the world's greatest dad. What are we doing today, Dad? We're going to watch Cowboy Bebop, son. That's what we're going to do. Yes. I will teach you the ways of Spike Spiegel, and then we will learn about the ways of the wise Captain Malcolm Reynolds. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, hope that answered your question. And again, I am terribly sorry for being so late in this video. And then if any of you have any other further requests or questions that need advice, consultation, wisdom, or guidance so that you can be more successful in life or just not fuck up as bad as I did, you can go to assholeconsulting.com. Toodles.